Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 3 of the CS Sports Talk. I'm Lily Maddox, and I'm joined here with Sean Campbell and Aaron Owens. Woohoo!
How was your weekend, everybody? Good?
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It wasn't that big of a sports weekend.
Yeah, it took us quite a bit to figure out the 3 topics we're going to go over today.
Yeah.
Except for the first one.
Except for the first one, which we detailed last week already.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
Yeah, we are. But we're going to start off each episode now with a question that we want all of you guys, listeners and viewers, to answer as well. So in the comments, you guys can answer this question and let us know why as well. But the first question we are going to be going over is, who is your favorite athlete of all time?
Of all time.
Of all time. It's
Since
a tricky question.
the dawn of time.
Yeah.
Who was the first athlete of all time? Was it the guy who ran a marathon?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Who's yours?
I don't think I should go first.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Well, I am wearing...
Yeah.
I was looking
You're
for
prepared.
this shirt when I woke up because, I knew we were going to be talking about this. And I realized I have 4 Jackie Robinson T-shirts, a jersey, and 2 ball caps. So, no, actually 3 T-shirts,
overboard?
a jersey.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think for Jackie, that's not enough.
Okay.
I think I should have more. But, he's my favorite athlete of all time. He revolutionized the way baseball was played. He brought an element of speed and creativity. Did you know at UCLA, he actually lettered in 4 sports?
Whoa.
Yeah, he lettered in
No, I did
football,
not know that.
basketball, baseball, and track. And obviously, after his career, he was very active in promoting equality for all, So he had a tremendous life, a very stressful life, and I could go on for hours about what he's accomplished both on and off the field. So he's very admirable. And I think, all of us, what we bring to the table, in the business setting, we should strive for excellence in everything we do, but also away from our setting as well. That's something that, if he could do it and endure it with all the criticism and, the just horrible things that were thrown his way and act in the class he did, I'm sure we all could look at him as a shining example of how we should hold our lives.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's why he's my fave.
That's a good one. What about you, Aaron?
Mine is Michael Phelps.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Aaron's a swimmer, a fast swimmer. Yeah,
and I think that's one of the reasons why, because it's one I can appreciate athleticism of other people in their own sports, but when it's something that you actually do yourself, then you can appreciate the skill that it takes for that athlete.
Right.
And so with him, he's like the most awarded Olympian of all time. Mm-hmm. He has I think he has 23 gold medals. Mm-hmm. And he's just like built for the sport. And naturally, it's just something that I enjoy doing as well, swimming. And I think I would say he's my favorite.
Yeah. And he's an advocate now for mental health, which I admire that he's endured some challenges and he promotes you to seek some advice and help as well. So that's good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. All right. No pressure, Lily.
Well, mine aren't going to be as good as you guys. So I was thinking about this, and I'm young. I'm 19, and so a lot of like the greats that people talk about, I just wasn't really around for
I
them.
wasn't around for Jackie Robinson. I'm not that old.
Not saying you were, but I kind of just like hear about him. So if I would say like my favorite of like one of the greats, I would say Bo Jackson, because he played for the Raiders too, but he's just, but anyway, of like what I get to watch and like see live out somebody else on the Raiders, I'm not biased.
Not biased at all.
Max Crosby,
Oh,
because
yeah.
he is going to be one of the greats, and I
Absolutely.
just, and also not biased. My brother plays the same position as him, and so it's just good to see how he is such an inspiration for other people, especially in the same position that he's playing.
Yeah, and I think wasn't he the Walter Payton Man of the Year nomination for
Yeah.
the Raiders?
Yeah, he was.
And
Yeah.
Max himself, I mean, I really appreciate people who've admitted they've, some of their adversities and, they're advocates. Darren Waller was another Raider. I mean, he's gone through some adversities and, very strong in the community.
Yeah.
Max Crosby is just, a legend both on and off the field. He's only won his fifth year.
Yeah, and he's already has like 300 plus more starts than any other defensive lineman.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's just got grit. And
Yeah. A little bit, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we look forward to everybody else's your favorite athlete. Put in the comments, message us. I don't know, text me 520-339-0259. Just tell us who your favorite athlete is, and you can include me as your favorite athlete. It's no big deal.
Just a side note, I think Bo Jackson was one of the few, if not only, athletes to actually do really well in both baseball and football.
Yeah. And he had a hip injury. I don't know if the two of you ever seen the replay on that footage on his hip injury. He was so strong and powerful that the torque on his own body dislocated his own hip in the tackle.
Yeah.
It was a very awkward tackle on the sidelines, and if he wasn't as strong and as powerful, he would not have dislocated his own hip.
Yeah.
But basically, that's what happened.
Wow.
And he was arguably well on his way to being maybe one of the first athletes to be Hall of Fame of both sports.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was that good.
Yeah.
And then after that was prime time. This guy named Deion Sanders was probably a few years after him in both sports. But
Yeah.
but Bo knows baseball. I don't know if the two of you are younger than I am, but all the commercials, Bo knows baseball, Bo knows baseball.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
He used to always say Bo instead of I, because I think he had like a slight speech impediment, so he would say Bo instead of saying I. Yeah. There was a cartoon I used to watch too, late 80s, early 90s, and it was like Bo Jackson, Michael Jordan.
Oh, wow.
Or maybe it was early 90s. Wayne Gretzky.
Wow.
It was like all the top all-stars. I can't remember what
The
it was
best
called.
of the best. That's
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. So let's get into our 3 topics today. Let's start with your Raiders.
Yeah. So the first topic we've got here is the Raiders. So we said we were going to talk about them last week before we even saw the Thursday night game.
Thursday night game, yeah.
Yeah. Scored 63 points, the most ever in franchise history. So that was exciting for me to watch. I had a great time watching that game.
Yeah.
But especially because it was against the Chargers, and I don't like the Chargers.
And they got the Chargers coach and GM fired immediately afterwards.
Yes. I was talking to my family about that, and I was like, the Raiders must have something with just like fire your coach, because they do it too. And yeah, so that was amazing. That was a great game, actually. They made history there and beat one of their rivals. So
how
that
does a
was
team
awesome.
go from scoring 0 points 4 days later to 63?
I was thinking about that. Like maybe there was, I don't know. I don't know what's going on in that locker room, but I don't know. It might be something because they are rivals. Maybe they were just, they were fired up. I don't know.
Yeah, so what's the lesson learned from this? I mean, it was, if you're a Raiders fan, it was a tremendous game.
Yeah.
If you're a Chargers fan, not so much. From your vantage point, I know you're a huge Raiders fan, but what did you see out of the Chargers that night?
Well, I wasn't paying much attention to the Chargers, but I don't know, especially out of their coach right after. Well, I said it while I was watching the game. I'm like, he's not going to make it to tomorrow because he's just, I don't know. I've never been a huge fan of him, but I just think how he handles everything is just not amazing. So
The team was despondent after they got down, more than 20 points there in the first quarter.
yeah,
The team just did not react. The one reaction that did have, I don't know if you saw the memes on this, was Austin Eckler when he ran for a first down in the third quarter, and he's going crazy. And they're down like 57 at that time.
yeah,
But yeah, it was, as far as the leadership on the Raiders goes, the coaches, I mean, they were fired up, and they were throwing wide out passes there when they were already up, 6-7 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Who was it? Jacoby Myers, a little flip to him, and he throws to the end zone. I mean, they were relentless.
Yeah.
And
Don't quote me on this, but I think it said that this is the first time in a very long time that 8 different people scored touchdowns on a team.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty cool. They're using everybody, which is something they did not do with their previous coach.
Yeah, their previous coach, Josh McDaniels, horrible. You know,
he was awful.
You know, there's guys like Hunter Renfro, who's a phenomenal, slot receiver.
Yeah, one of the best route runners, like the best to do it. But
so you see what a change in leadership can do for an organization. You better yet, I mean, if you're an organization and if you're in leadership, learn how to be a better leader.
Yeah,
So I mean, I'm not saying that if you're a business organization and your employees aren't giving them their best to kind of fire all the leadership, but maybe your leaders should really care.
Yeah, and just do what you can with who you have, because the Raiders had some great players, but McDaniels was so just like power hungry to make his own team,
right?
That he kind of wanted to get rid of everything that was already good. Like he didn't want Derek Carr because I don't know, and he signed on Jacoby Myers. A lot of people say because he was on the Patriots.
Yeah.
I like Jacoby Myers, but and then he didn't use Hunter Renfro at all.
And the aforementioned Darren Waller.
Yeah.
It was very odd in the offseason what they did.
Yeah, it just seems like he was trying to get rid of everything that was already working. So
yeah. So the big question here: do the Raiders make the playoffs?
Before that game, it was like a point, whatever chance that they were going to make it. But I don't know. I'd have to look at their schedule. I kind of forget who they're going up to for the rest of the year, if it's an easy or hard schedule. But I don't know. Who knows after that one?
Need some help,
yeah, for sure. It's going to take some Broncos losing, some Chiefs losing to some NFC teams. They did.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah,
Very interesting. And, I think they're getting back to the old school brand of Raiders football now.
Yeah,
too.
for sure. Yeah, I think so. They're just right after they fired McDaniels, you could see the change in attitude, in effort, in everything.
Yeah.
Just Antonio Pierce fired them up. And I think everybody was just losing respect for McDaniels. And
long before that.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so we need everybody else's comments if you're a Raiders fan or not. I mean, do you think they're going in the right direction finally, or is Antonio Pierce not the answer? I think he is.
I like him personally, but we'll see.
Yeah, ex-Arizona Wildcat, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. We'll talk more about that later, but are we ready to move on to our next one?
Yeah.
Okay, we got Draymond Green. We didn't forget about basketball, you guys. I know we didn't.
We cover
haven't
every
talked
sport
about basketball yet, but we don't forget about it. Although I'm not as well versed.
Next week we're going to talk a little. What's that called? Cornhole.
Okay. I'm actually not too bad at cornhole.
Oh,
so,
no.
Yeah.
We should have a cornhole challenge. Raise money for a charity or something.
There we go. Let's do it.
All right.
Okay. Heard it here first. Okay. Anyway, Draymond Green of the Warriors got suspended indefinitely last week?
Last week.
Yeah. So we're going to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. Well, what do you guys think? I mean, he's always been a very physical player, and he's always been kind of the enforcer on that team.
Yeah, I was reading about it, like a chokehold earlier. Last year, he also swung on somebody again, I guess.
He stepped on people's chests. I mean, he's done a lot of really bad stuff. But this year, it seems like he's going above, way beyond his normal shtick, his spiel. It's one of those things where I do not like today's NBA game. I think it's too soft.
Yeah.
Personally, I think the NBA players are too soft with their, days off, and I got a hip tickle. And Anthony Davis, when he came out in the beginning of the year, he's 7 foot, 260 pounds of all muscle, and his goal this year was to play every game this year. That's something back in the day every player did.
Yeah.
And you got today's modern nutrition, and you got all these trainers, and you got schedules that aren't as brutal as they once were. It's amazing. The thing is, like it does not include the fans.
Yeah.
What if I get a pair of tickets, this season for the holiday to see the Lakers in Phoenix? it's almost like a 50-50 that you're going to see both LeBron and AD play.
Yeah.
Because you never know.
Yeah.
You know, they could be taking a day off. You know, their knee may be, you know, a bit sore or whatever it is. You know, they got a forearm strain, or
Yeah.
you know, Anthony Davis' eyebrows are disaligned or whatever it is. It's I don't know it, and for his millions and millions of dollars,
Yeah.
as they make, it's hard for me to have any empathy for him.
Yeah.
So when I see the physical play of Draymond Green, I like it to an extent, but he goes way above and beyond
Yeah.
what should be, you know, acceptable.
Yeah. I read that the coaches are actually, well, they're supporting him, and it says that he's supposed to be back at the beginning of 2024, probably. So not that long, but they're making him take counseling. So
What do you think? What do you think the issue is?
I don't know. It's hard to. I don't know. Some people are just physical, but it's who knows if there's an underlying issue there. But yeah, they are making him take counseling. They said like there's no doubt there's an issue that needs to be solved. But
he has a long history of just not being cool, you know. So where I do admire his physical play, because it's kind of, you know, not a lot of players, you know, aren't afraid of getting physical on the court anymore.
Yeah.
And he's a very multi-talented, multi-dimensional. He's a player. He's a phenomenal rebound, a phenomenal passer, can handle the ball well, can shoot okay. But, you know, what's going on in his head?
yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, some people, when they get in those situations, though, they like lose all common sense. So I think it is something that needs to be addressed, which is why I think it's great that the coaches are like, yeah, we're going to fix it. We're supporting him, but we're going to try to work towards a better. But a lot of people, when they get in those situations, it's like their brain kind of turns off.
When does the support stop, though?
Yeah.
There's got to be like a line drawn at some time.
There was another article that I was reading. It was like, it seems like they've been putting up with it for too long.
For a long time.
So
If the Golden State Warriors hadn't won their championships with Draymond Green, would they have been putting up with him this long?
good question. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It comes to a point where it's like good athlete or
I appreciate the
like
loyalty.
good person.
I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, you know, I don't know. I don't know. You know, and as an organization, I don't know if you remember last year before the season started, he literally knocked out, I forget, Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
During a practice. Just knocked him out. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like, I understand the loyalty. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But, you know, could you imagine if something like that happened here over and over? Like Aaron started beating us up or slamming us up against the, you know, the walls or something. You know, it's like, Aaron, you're phenomenal. Why don't you take a few weeks off and come back and let us know how you feel then?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is so far from who I am.
I know, but anybody who knows Aaron knows that would never happen.
Never,
You know what I mean?
never.
But I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, what happens when an organization has an employee is going through some issues?
Yeah.
How far
Is too far.
does it matter on their importance and how much they bring to the table?
Yeah.
Or, I mean, what if he was just, you know, the 11th or 12th guy on the roster?
Yeah.
He wouldn't be on the team anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't know. To me, it's a HR nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really is. You know, it's an HR nightmare,
Yeah.
you know, because, and then what does the fan base think?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if I was a Warriors fan, I mean, I'm fed up with this.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it.
Yeah. It's a tough situation, I
embarrassing.
feel like. So I guess we'll see how he is when he comes back in
Yeah.
2024. But
Yeah.
I was surprised how short the suspension was because,
I know he should have been suspended the rest of the year.
yeah.
Same message.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, some of the things he's done. I mean, that's another thing. The swung that he took on that dude. You know,
Did you guys see the video?
Oh yeah,
I didn't
It's-
see it.
yeah.
It's weird.
It's weird. I mean, he's trying to pretend as if he's trying to get him off him, but
Yeah. It seems like he was trying to make it look like an accident, but you can tell there's just no way like your arm moves like that and it's an accident.
with that much
yeah.
force and that much leverage.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is, like, what if, you know, there's some, you know, reports that are kind of misleading because it says it hits the guy in the face. It doesn't hit him in the face. I saw Charles Barkley on it. It does not hit him in the face. It hits him on the side of the head, which is even worse because if it hit him on, well, what if it hit him like right behind the ear?
Yeah.
And knocked him cold.
Dangerous, yeah.
You know, and then you're talking about someone's career.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what if one of these times, the time he stepped on somebody's chest, you know, if it was somebody smaller, like me, it would have killed me.
Yeah.
It literally would have killed me. You know, these guys are big and they're huge and they're strong, but just a one, you know, I don't know, he could end somebody's career, if not worse.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the thing I'm thinking of right there. You know, and it's not fair for a guy who is not made as much money, who has won the championships, who's trying to, you know, earn a good life for himself and his family to get, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
To me, that's one of the acceptable times you can take a day off if you're playing the Warriors and Draymond's in the lineup. I don't want to play because I may get knocked out.
Yeah.
I feel fine. I feel good. I can go tonight, coach, but I don't want Draymond to, you know, step on my face.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
There we go. Yeah. Let us know what you guys think of that that topic, what you guys thought of seeing the video. And if you haven't seen the video, you should look it up.
We should reenact it here.
Yeah. Aaron just
Hits me on the head. And all I'm doing is following Aaron to the, you know, conference room.
Awesome. Okay. Well, the next thing we've got on here we're going to discuss is the UofA football.
UofA football team.
Yeah. How they went from one win, how long ago?
Was it two
seasons ago? Well, to the season they're having now, which is very different from one win.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, talk, you know, and again, I went on a little rant last week about UofA fans.
Yeah.
About not appreciating, you know, how well we've done.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm not going to go on that severe of a rant, but yeah, UofA fans are just horrible. They're like, we don't beat this Oklahoma team without their quarterback. It was horrible here. We've had a great year. I don't care if we get shut out 38-0. You know, to go from 1-5 to a very respectable bowl.
Yeah.
You know, that's it, especially in today's college environment. You know, I mean, with the transfer portal and NIL and all that other stuff, I mean, you know, it's much more about recruiting the right players, but having the resources to keep them now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, so.
I think it's my brother's in the trying to see what he's going to do after high school when it comes to football. And if this would have been like 3 years ago, I told him like you would probably have a scholarship right now because they love their local people. They always have, but it's getting so much harder because they're just good now. So it's like, it's just, they're moving up for sure. And it's fun to watch, especially being in Tucson, being able to watch it. So yeah, UofA fans, get out there.
So your brother's going to be a senior next year, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Has he thought about the recruiting process and has he thought about, you know, maybe you doing some YouTube videos on a promotional level for him?
Well, we're sort of on that path. So I run his social media. I do his Twitter or his X now, and his Instagram. And on his YouTube, we only have his highlights, but I make his highlights too.
Right.
So, and I've started emailing coaches, and he's gone on one game day visit so far. He went to NAU, but yeah, we're in the process.
He's going to have to learn how to, you know, be a pitchman for the dealerships or whatever, so you get paid while he's going to school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a local, no, actually, it's in Phoenix. There's a commercial for a husband and wife law firm up there, and they have two Sun Devils. And it's the worst commercial of all time, you know? But, I mean, they're getting paid now. That's an opportunity to make money while you're being a college athlete.
Exactly, yeah. I played football and am very close with a family who has 3 Sun Devils, and they're sponsored by Burrito Express, Texas Roadhouse. All these, they're pretty famous.
So you can have all the burritos you want when you go over.
There we go. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. So we're kind of getting off topic. Let's get back to the UofA football team.
Bring it back.
So how are they going to do against Oklahoma?
Hopefully good.
Oklahoma's a storied school when it comes to football.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
It is. It's exciting that they get to play them in a bowl game. So.
Yeah. So it's going to be a couple of days before the Arizona Bowl. So I know some of the people on the committee are going up there. They're coming right back.
Yeah.
So
are you?
No. I got too busy of a. This week and next week are just busy. They're going to fly by.
Yeah.
CS, we have our 2-day annual meeting this Thursday and Friday. And then next week, with a holiday, it's only 4 days. And then I got to take a day off. So, I just don't have time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't wait till these next 2 weeks are kind of done. I'm going to enjoy them.
Yeah.
But a lot of bowl games, a lot of football to watch, some college basketball. My Cowboys fell flat on their face yesterday.
Yeah, they did.
The only time Wyatt has ever texted me ever about sports was yesterday while the Cowboys were losing.
That's
Why
hilarious.
is that? Wyatt texts me all the time. He texts me all the time on the weekends. We chit chat about all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And the one time we talk about sports, when the Cowboys are losing 31-10 or whatever it was. Thanks, Wyatt.
Yes, thank you, Wyatt. Yeah.
So,
I'm not a Cowboys fan.
yeah, it's obvious. It's obvious.
Yeah.
I love that. It goes with the Raiders too.
Yeah.
There's no tweeners.
No, yeah, you either hate them or you love them.
And you gotta know when you're wearing their stuff.
Yeah.
It's not like Aaron wearing Detroit, right? People, that's cute. Oh, that's cute. Look at the cute blue. That's called like Malibu. Isn't it like Honolulu blue? It is. It's a Honolulu blue. Yeah. So it's cute,
Yeah, but when I wear this out, I'm either gonna get a just win, baby, or Raider Nation, or ew, what are you wearing?
Yeah,
so,
yeah. And that's the same thing when I wear my Cowboys gear. It's like I'm very careful when and where I wear it.
Yeah.
Because I really got to be in the mood to wear it if I'm going to go out to like a bar and watch a game.
Yeah.
Even a ball cap, right?
Yeah.
Because I got to stand up for myself.
Yeah.
And most of the reactions are going to be like, "We hate you."
I think more people are vocal about the Cowboys though
than any other team.
Yeah, for sure.
Than any other team. Sure. I had a post on. I don't know if you saw it Friday, but I posted Friday during the middle of the game.
I did see it. That the Raiders are getting the taste of with the Cowboys.
Yeah, a Raiders fan tonight knows how it feels to be a Cowboys fan the last 5 weeks. And it wasn't.
You jinxed them. I think it was your fault that the Cowboys lost.
But it wasn't until this morning when a 49ers fan jumped on there and he goes, "No, you mean San Francisco." I'm like, "Yeah, you waited around 4 days to reply to my post." You know what I mean? People hate the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And that's what they get with me during football season anyway.
Yeah.
So
they did clinch their spot in the playoffs.
We got a spot in the playoffs. I think we'll be playing Tampa Bay in the first round in Tampa Bay. That's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah,
we'll get that?
We'll get a playoff win, and then from there, I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Wait, maybe we should say this for a different.
Oh, in a couple weeks.
Going to talk about Super Bowl predictions, but we can save that for another.
Yeah, well, if you have a Super Bowl prediction now, then put it in the comments, right?
Okay, and then we'll talk about it
Dallas
later.
and Detroit play in a few weeks, Aaron. Mm-hmm. They play in Dallas, thankfully. But, we'll have to talk. Now, we're not going to have a show unless we do a show next week sometime when we're all here. So we may not have a show for another couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But, tell us what topics you want us to cover.
Yes, please.
I can't wait till spring training starts for baseball. I'll be talking way too much about that. There's some UFC coming up. We were going to talk a little bit about UFC this week, but
we discussed that it maybe wasn't the best fight week to talk about.
No, it wasn't. And the fights weren't all that great. And, so you'd really have to be a UFC to really dive into what we want to talk about. We don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So we look forward to it. And if we're not back till after the new year, have a great next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And we look forward to your questions and comments and how much you do not like Lily's sweatshirt today.
What?